I am sick and tired of y'all nonchalant niggas, man. I don't know what has gone into this new generation who think that this little act is cool because it has done nothing but make y'all look corny as hell. If you're watching this video, you probably know someone like this in your life, or you might even be that person. And if you are, just stop. Please, just stop.
Stop it. Get some help.
You are not Duke Dennis. You are not Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. You do not have any aura. Stop standing in the corner of the room at the function and go talk to some bitches, man. Yeah, you. That aura forming bullshit does not make you look cool. You just look weird. You are not Piccolo, my boy. Now stop showing off the drip and go show off some personality instead. Out here trying to act like Future and shit. You're literally looking up to a man in his 40s with attachment issues. I don't think that's the type of man you should strive to be like. But his music is still fire though, I'm just saying. To be fair though, I think that every guy has gone through or is going through a phase where they try to be this nonchalant, quiet, lone wolf type of character. You know, your whole personality is just being moody and quiet. I'm such an outcast and I live in a world where like no one understands me. You know, that type of stuff. I think the main reason I've started to dislike the whole nonchalant archetype is because one, people have ran it into the damn ground, and secondly, dudes that act like this aren't even like that. It's all a front to make them look cool and make up for their actual lack of personality. You see, I've always been a fairly quiet and introverted kid. That's just how I grew up. That's who I am. I'm just a person who likes their own company. But bro, when a few months ago, one of my friends and I were talking and he described me as nonchalant, I swear to God, I almost lost it. I cringed internally. I started questioning myself. I suddenly wanted to be as chalant as possible. Like, yeah, I get it. I may not be a social butterfly and all that, but nonchalant? Ugh, I am quite offended that you would place such a plebeian title onto me. Shameful. If you really pay attention, you'll notice that people who usually do this just don't have any hobbies or anything interesting going on in their lives. They have the same amount of charm and charisma as a slice of dry bread. No character whatsoever. They use this little gimmick to build mystique in order to cover up their lack of substance. And of course, because of social media, people are now obsessed with making their lives look cool instead of actually doing stuff that is cool. A nigga can't even read anymore without being told, "Oh, you're not a vibe, bro." But most of the time, the facade does get exposed, and you find that the guys you would describe as nonchalant be acting the exact opposite when nobody is looking.
Hey, what's up, bro? Look, I heard you've been having a rough time with the breakup and all that, and I just wanted to come in and see how you were doing. I ain't even tripping over that whole bro. She was for the streets anyway. Whoa. You don't need to do all that acting tough stuff, bro. Look, we're boys. We can be honest with each other. It's okay to admit that you're hurting, you know? Breakups aren't easy. Everyone knows that. Nah, not for me. I didn't even like her at all, for real. Didn't care one bit. Dude, you literally called me at 2 a.m. yesterday crying about her. Me? Cap.
Oh my God. Why did she leave me? I loved her. What?
Shit, you know, AI can do some crazy things these days, man. Okay, I'm done with you. I'm done.
That's why relationships these days aren't even fun anymore. Instead of us expressing genuine love and affection towards one another like we should, we guard ourselves because of being too scared of looking like we're doing too much. When was the last time you heard an R&B song express real love for a woman after the early 2000s? Now all of them sing about their little toxic traits and attachment issues. Man, miss me with that shit. I've had enough. We need niggas to start singing and dancing in the rain again. We need that yearning back, you know? We've gotten to a point where it became attractive for us in relationships to be nonchalant because everyone is trying to avoid getting hurt.
You need to ignore her, bro. If you ignore her and don't talk to her, don't text her for a week, you're gonna be amazed at what happens next.
Oh no, you gotta respond to her text an hour later. Motherfucker, we're having a conversation. Everyone has become so detached and we're now competing with one another to see who cares less the most. Which personally I think is so ass backwards and annoying. And that's why you're in your 5th situationship in the last 3 months. Yeah, you think I didn't know that? Yeah, you nigga. With your goofy nonchalant ass. Imagine being in a relationship where there's always an air of uncertainty and a lack of real direction. Imagine being with someone that is indecisive and just lives life going with the flow. Hey, where do you want to go out to eat? Shit, I don't know, wherever for real. What do you think of this? Shit, it's cool, I guess. I don't really know for real. You hear that? No certainty, no conviction. Is that what you really want out of a relationship? Is that a man you'd let raise your children? Nonchalant dreadhead dad? Come on. But there are people out there where it's really not a facade and they are genuinely that way. And if that's the case, then personally I find it a bit sad that so many men today feel the need to hide who they are from the people they love the most, because it only creates resentment towards those people, which is the exact thing that causes them to become nonchalant. They don't care about what you have to say or just you as a person in general, because maybe someone once shot down a part of their genuine self that they thought they could share with someone close to them. I think that nonchalance kills passion. And I'm not only referring to relationships, it can be with any other thing you're pursuing. You can't approach anything with an I don't care attitude and expect something of substance to come from it. Everything great is developed from genuine love and commitment. Do you think Michael Jackson became the greatest artist of all time by saying, alright man, let's just hit the studio or whatever? No, he fully committed himself to his craft and put in 100% every single day to the point where he made it look effortless. You are out here trying to make whatever you're doing look effortless when you haven't even done the actual work to back it up. You're skipping 50 steps, bro, chill out. SGA has become one of the poster boys for this whole nonchalant trend on the internet. But the reason he plays so good is not because he picked up a ball and naturally became one of the best, but because he put in the work in order to get to a point where he's able to do it effortlessly. That's why he's the MVP right now. Your fear of looking cringe will only hold you back from doing a lot of things in life. In fact, I think that you're supposed to look at some of your old stuff and cringe a little, because it comes with the joy of seeing how much you've progressed since then. If I love something or someone, there shouldn't be anything nonchalant about it. I believe in what I'm doing. And I think that people who aren't shallow or people who aren't still stuck in their little shell will recognize that and gravitate towards you because it's real and authentic. For example, people felt for a few years that Drake wasn't putting in any effort into his music anymore. It became formulaic. So naturally, when he went head to head with Kendrick, the people gravitated towards the guy who genuinely loves the art he's producing and puts effort into it instead of trying to do something that'll get him a quick check. Nonchalance kills passion, but passion will always beat nonchalance. But hey man, overall I just want people to stop acting like they're too cool to have fun. The pain of missing out on what you could have or should have done will always sting worse than whatever embarrassment or failure you experience in the current moment. Live life as the most authentic version of yourself. We're on this earth for such a limited amount of time, so why not spend it having had all the fun you could, having put all your effort into everything you pursued, and most importantly, having given all the love you had. But hey, tell me what you guys think in the comments though. I would really like to hear your thoughts on this topic. But as of now, that's it from me today. Like and subscribe. Y'all stay safe and I'm out.